Hi everyone. So hello, Tiffany here. Welcome to Tiffany's Quilting Live. This is all I do is quilt. Well, actually not all I do. It's mostly what I do. But I find it quite fun and exciting and challenging, yet stress relieving and pain relieving. Well, not completely relieving, but mostly. And well, I find it to be a soothing thing to do. And before I get to anything, no, I do not own the rights to any music that's playing in the background. I had to say that out loud because I was told to that I have to now because I can get in trouble on YouTube. So I don't want to get in trouble, and I like music in the background. So unfortunately, I have to say that every video now. For those that are new, like and subscribe, and join me for live videos until I can get situated on regular videos. So yeah. Anywho, so today I am still working on the I Spy quilts, and I'm waiting for this to... Hi, Senada. Hi, Tracy. I figured since the baby was with me the other day, and she's kind of distracting, that I would kind of just, since this is what I'm doing today, I would go over the process of what I am making and show you exactly how it turns out, because I already have one of 3 quilts, the top at least, mostly done. I'm going to add borders when I'm all the way done with the piecing part. So for now, let me step back, and I will step back and show you guys if I can get this right side. It's a directional quilt. So you'll always know where the top is and where the bottom is. Alright, I'm going to step back and show you guys one of 3 and explain. It is lap quilts, by the way. So obviously they're quite large lap quilts because it is taller than me. So it is all cat fabric, every last piece. And the white is like an off-white with a black. So this is it. And I set it out kind of random. So that's that, and that's what we're making. I'll just lay it right here, I guess. That way it can be seen, I guess, in the background, sort of. So, there's that. They're such adorable little fabrics. So, let me see if I could bring this up here. Every single fabric is all just cat this and cat that. So there's like cats on bars. So like every single fabric is cats, and I'm pretty much keeping it directional purposely. I already made a stack of 2 different ways. The 3rd quilt of every, okay, 2 of the quilts will be 58 by 72. I haven't actually done a final measurement because I've still got to add a border, so that's technically when I'll measure. So 2 quilts are 7 across by 9 down. That'll be 2 of them, and then the 3rd one will be 6 across by 7 down, because I didn't have exactly enough, but it's, no, it was actually 7 across by 8 down. I'll have enough for 7 by 8. I wrote it down. Yep, 7 across by 8 down. So one will be just slightly shorter than the other 2, and slightly, yeah, just slightly shorter, because 7, the rest of them are 7 by 9. So I should have tried to work it out where they were more, but that way they were all equal. But then I probably would have had 2 or 3 leftover squares, and I didn't want that because I want to use up all this cat fabric since there was so much of it. So let's see. I've worn this shirt before, Senada. Yeah, I'm fast at putting everything together. That one was done the other day about, I started sewing the pieces, but as soon as the kids left, I did all the pieces, and then the next day, by morning, I was up and I just made all the rows, sewed them together, and I did all that in like not even 2 full hours. I'm pretty quick at that part. Once it's generally in my brain, the idea of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, it goes so quick for me. So I gotta slow down just a little for some things though, because like I need to get all these done. So these are kind of in speed mode, get it done, because I really got to get going now that I have all the fabrics except for like 2 things, but none of it is what's going to be bothering me not to have just yet, of my customer quilt. So I have to get that started on. Plus I got to start the Bargello video series. So, but I decided today to just be a regular video day and re-go over this because I need all this space cleared off. So, and it's okay. I kind of tend to wear the same tank tops over and over again because technically all my clothes are just as well as going out clothes. They're pajamas because of where I live. So 90% of the time my tank tops I can either wear out or sleep in if I want. So, all right. I'm going to scoop myself just a little bit better. So, there's 63 squares in the 2 quilts. So I got some of it started. I just want to go over what I had done. So the cat fabric has been cut at 6.5 inches. So all I did was take my Fiskars 6.5 inch ruler and chopped all of these down to 6.5 inches exactly. So they all are perfect. Then what I did was, so far I've used almost 2 yards. I'm at like 1 3/8 of the yard, somewhere around there, of, where's it at? The off-white. They are 2 inches wide by 6.5 inches long. So technically I just cut the 2-inch wide strips and then just took this and cut a whole stack, cut a whole stack, cut a whole stack at 6.5 inches wide. So I had, this pile was definitely like that tall to start with. It was huge. And then I took black, and it's 2-inch by 2-inch squares. Quite simple. So 2-inch by 2-inch squares. You don't need as much as of the black as you will of the white. And half of what you're putting on here will be just the whites only, and the other half will be white with black on it, or whatever colors of your choosing. So again, 2-inch by 2-inch cornerstones, 2-inch by 6.5 inch sashing strips, because what I do is I just pre-build in the sashing. It makes it so much easier. And then 6.5 inch squares. That's for this project specifically, to get a bigger sized I Spy quilt. Lots of stuff for somebody to look for, that's for sure. Michigan. I didn't know you were even in Michigan. I thought you were somewhere else. I always think everyone's somewhere else. But I don't think everybody's told me where they live exactly. So, alright, well, I'm going to get to sewing the sashing onto the last of these that I left. And I'll show you how I do it. Technically on white, there's no right or wrong side. So, just try your best to do right sides together. And I just line it up, corner to corner. And I slide it in here, and I sew 1/4 inch. And I just keep it on the machine. All you guys were born and raised in Texas, huh? Not me. I was born in California and raised mostly in California, and then moved to Arizona, and that's where I've been since. So I'm just going to chain piece all these through with a 1/4 inch seam. And I'm pretty, now you'll know why I'm so quick. I just kind of go and go and go. I just grab another piece and go, grab another piece and go. I haven't done the finger pressing part yet. I broke 2 nails the other day doing finger pressing on the other one. They're getting so long I need to go get them acrylic so they stop breaking. Okay, so all those are ready. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to finger press my white to the dark side. So I'm going to pretty much be finger pressing them back so that the seam goes towards my cat fabrics. And that's all you need to do for this step. And then again, these are going to be finger pressed to the black fabric. And I'll probably run out of these. I don't think I sewed enough for this. And then what we're going to do is nest the seams, and maybe I should adjust this light a little so you can see better. Okay, so I'm nesting the seams, so that means the one cat fabric is going that way, and the one with the black cornerstone is going to the opposite side, and they lay really, really flat. These, because there's not much seams, you know, it's only the one seam. It's so easy to just throw these together, and they lay super flat. They lay right on top of each other. And I'm just going to leave it right there. Grab the next one. So when I pull it up here, it's already got that seam folded towards the cat fabric. So what I do is I just give it a good finger press. Same with this. Just a real quick finger press. And I lay it on that bottom side, keeping my directional fabric. It's going to go on the bottom of my directional fabric. So it's going on the right side. If you have the white at the top, you're sewing to the right side. Just line those up, put it on the machine. Get it lined up. And sew. Arizona is kind of humid right now. Normally it's dry and hot, but it's actually cool and a little humid, not much, because right now we're getting the tropical leftovers from, I think it's Hurricane Irma that hit Hawaii. We're getting it, it's coming up through, down by the bottom, lower, the Baja, Mexico area, up through Yuma, Arizona, and up through Phoenix, and up to here in Havasu. It's hurricane leftovers. So right now it's, well, it was super cloudy last time. Earlier we had a sandstorm blow through, but it's within the next 2 days we're supposed to be receiving a lot of rain, according to the Weather Channel. But this is Havasu and it doesn't rain much, so it probably won't happen. But we'll see. Heart is in California. Your son is there. Yep, my nails always break too, Sinead. West Hollywood. Yeah, I'm originally from Norwalk, California, which is a hop, skip, and a jump from Hollywood. I grew up between Norwalk and Bellflower, just depending on what age I was, which are 2 cities back to back. So. They're just little sub-cities of Los Angeles, is all it is. Is it getting rain in Texas? I don't know how far the storm is that we're getting some of is heading, but I know that it's hitting a lot of lower parts off of Mexico. But it's not raining yet, and if it does, I'll be super surprised. Yeah, California's super expensive. I wouldn't live there if someone paid me to, though. I don't like it there. Too many rules, regulations. You got to renew your driver's license every 2 years. I mean, come on now. Here it's every 40. Your first driver's license is 45 years. It's amazing. So again, I'm just putting these right sides together, nesting the seam, and sewing down on the right side. So I'm just pushing that seam back. I know I should press it all with the iron, but I kind of just press everything once I get it into rows. Then I start pressing it with the iron. That way I can lay one seam one way and one seam the other. The iron helps that lay better. This part, the making the blocks themselves with the sashing pre-built into it, it lays just fine if you finger press. Well, if you like California so much, just move to a border city like here, like Havasu. Then you'd be close to California, but you wouldn't be in California, and it's cheap to live here. Well, it's not too cheap. It's starting to get expensive, but it's not as expensive as I've seen other places. To buy is cheaper than it is to rent, though, that's for sure. Yikes. They have 3-bedroom, 2 baths here, like a regular house, 3-bedroom, 2 bath on its own property, not an apartment or anything, for like $1,500 to $1,800 a month. Just depends on if you're a local or a snowbird coming in. Right this very second, I am snipping these apart, and I'm taking this seam and folding it again towards the cap fabric. I'm trying not to get a big huge pile here because the fan will just blow it right back into me. So I'm just finger pressing it. I should be putting it upside down because, or else I'm going to lose the order I'm in. I'm kind of in like a little order with these right now. That's expensive. You guys live in crazy town. There's no way I would pay that much for a 2-bedroom apartment. But I bet you if you were to turn around and buy that same apartment, it's probably only like $75,000, right? Here, you rent a place and it's really expensive. But if you were to turn around and buy it, it's like only 10 years of that renting price. That's it. It's pretty crazy. It's a good thing we don't rent. We own. My kids rent, though. Not from us, from other places. And their little apartments are pretty cheap. Well, not cheap. Cheap if they live without roommate, or with roommates. It's cheaper than it is without roommates. But their little 2-bedroom places are like $700 a month, so that's not bad. So again, I'm just finger pressing this back. Then why don't you, Tracy? I'll never move. I love it here. I would never live anywhere else. Nothing against Texas, but I didn't like Texas. I didn't like Oklahoma. I didn't like Texas. I don't like other parts of Arizona. I didn't like New Mexico. I didn't like Oregon, Washington. None of those states that I've been to. I didn't like any of them. They're beautiful. They're beautiful. Great, beautiful views. Ocean views in Oregon and California and stuff. But humidity, all those other states. And I don't know. I just like dry weather here. Dry heat doesn't bother me. But there's other areas of Arizona that aren't dry heat. It actually does snow every winter, like in Flagstaff, Arizona. I wouldn't live there. It's expensive and it snows. And I don't go anywhere that snows. So you can't move until your disability goes through, Tracy? I'm going to try to do something real quick. Sorry, I had to send a message out real quick. I made sure nobody else was on. Nobody else is on, right? I went on, but sometimes some people don't see the notifications. Like, I don't see everybody's. How you doing today, Sandy? I'm working on these I Spy quilts. 3 of them is what I'm making. Finally had time to sit down since the other day. I'm okay. Just a little fatigued. I think my new pill is making me kind of tired. My body, though, not my brain. My brain is going 100 miles an hour like always. I love this one. I centered this guy up pretty good. You're a cute little kitty. So many cat fabrics. So adorable. Yeah, just a little fatigue. Really like hoping that the weather will start raining with this whole hurricane thing coming in towards us, or the leftovers of it, but I still have a feeling it's not going to happen. Hello, Teresa. I don't think you got a notification. That's why I sent you directly one. Didn't want you to miss out on all my repeat, like we had talked about repeating this. So I'll go over it all one more time since there's more chat people coming on. So again, it's 6.5 inch squares cut with just the Fiskars 6.5 inch square. Some of them are fussy cut, some of them are just cut because of the print, but some I did my best to get specific images, like this one. It's got a specific image and then little things around it. I did the best with what I had because it was all scraps. So, and then they're 2 inch by 6.5 inch sashing, and I used so far a yard and 3/8 ish, and then 2 inch by 2 inch cornerstones. And I have already sewn on all the sashing, and now I'm putting the sashing with cornerstone pieces because I pre-made them all. That way everybody knows. Let's see. Yeah, I don't get the my note. I have the bell thing clicked on all of my things that I watch on every channel, and I'm catching everything late. Yesterday, Mom and Pop Quilt Shop came on. I think it was like 3 hours had already been done of the video before I got a notification saying they were even on. I'm like, seriously? And I went back. My ding bell is clicked on their thing. I don't know. I've been missing the the Quilting Marine by like a half an hour every time, and so on and so forth. I don't know what the heck's happening. Sandy, every time you post a video, I get video notifications, but I don't get live notifications. Anybody that posts a regular video, I get the notification within, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes. But live ones, I'm not getting up to 3 hours before it gives me a notification. I guess it depends on how many subscribers maybe that has to send a notification to. I don't know. "3 days off from work? What are you going to do?" You could always do what I'm doing for 3 days, except I don't have 3 days off of work. I have tomorrow off, I think. You could just sew. Like today is Sew Sunday, because it's Sunday and all I've been doing is sewing. Well, daycare, then sewing, because I was busy all day until about 2 hours ago. Then I was checking to make sure that we weren't going to lose internet and stuff storm-wise. So that way I can come on. So I'm just folding these seams and finger pressing them back towards the cat prints. And then I'm finger pressing these little cornerstones and sashing piece to the black, putting them right sides together on the right side of the fabric. So if the sashing piece is across the top that you're looking and viewing at, it goes across the right side of the fabric. Right sides together, nest that seam, and then just go down that edge, 1/4 inch. I am having a hard time seeing these comments. Let's see. It may sound familiar. Sometimes we'll have a living room paint. Ooh, living room painted? I wish I could paint my living room. The girls are always here, so it makes it hard, and I don't want fumes in the summertime anyway. Maybe in the winter. I have the paint. It's in the garage. It's waiting. The strips are 2" by 6.5". So I just cut a bunch of 2" strips. You can use 2.5 if you want to. It'd probably be easier to use pre-cuts if you wanted, but I chose to cut them 2" because I didn't want them too wide to take away the look. It's not that it's taking away the look of the cat fabric. I just figured if they were too wide, it gives too much blank space. But I didn't want 1.5" finishing at 1" strips because I also wanted the width and the length of the quilt top itself. I didn't want it to be too short or too thin. So I used 2" strips by 6.5". The little cornerstones are 2" by 2". It's kind of self-explanatory, you know, because they fit the 2" by 2". And they lay on just right. And I'm just finger pressing everything. There's no purpose. And then all the seams I'm pressing towards the cat fabric. And there's a purpose for that. Once I get to the iron, it will lay all the seams the way I want them to lay. They'll already be laying that way. Makes it easier. I don't want anything facing this white, because this is one of those whites where it's kind of see-through. So I don't like seeing my seam through it. It's not totally see-through, but it's kind of see-through. Once there's batting behind it, it's not going to be noticeable, but I just personally chose, you know, I've been doing all these tutorials and running myself out of fabric, especially whites and blacks. I am super almost out, and this month was property taxes, so unfortunately I'm going to have to wait before I can buy more white and black fabric. That way I can keep going with more things that need sashing and or binding or anything that I make out of white and black fabric. But let me ready for bed. That's okay, Sinead. If you want to get off and go to bed, that's what replay is for. I say that every time, don't I? Did I cover all that for you, Teresa? The size and stuff? I mean, if you want to know on the side, just ask me and I'll do my best to take a picture of my drawing that's kind of cruddy, but it's there. This is how I drew it up on my graph paper. Yeah, that's how I just drew it up, quite simple. And I changed my mind on the border size like 3 times. Or the sashing size. Can't stop yawning. You say the word yawn and it's going to make everybody else yawn. You know that, right? I'm just reading that, Sandy. I said it and now I can see her. Yeah, can't say the word because it makes everyone do it. I wish I would have known to deal with that before you did it. Yeah, I saw, one of them is my daughter. She just subscribed last night, but hey, it's a subscriber. She got on so she could watch my videos. So while there's more of you, I'll hold this up again. So see, it's taller than me. It's on the ground, and I'm, so it's pretty big. And it's all sorts of everything cat. I just got to put a border on it because, I don't know, I need borders. But I don't have any more cat fabric. Any more, something that goes with cats really well, you know, instead of just all solids. Ugh. Yeah, I have it, like, I think about it in my head, and I think about it, and I think it's like I ponder it so much that if I don't write it down, then I won't my brain won't shut off until it's, like, either made or on paper. So I've got graph paper, and it has made it so much easier to just write it all down. And I use the little squares on graph paper as, like, 1-inch marks, or I'll make a note that it's a 2-inch square, or I'll make a note, you know, that I'm using one block as one size, and then I make my half square triangles and everything on graph paper. It's been so much easier to draw things up on graph paper because then it shuts my brain off, you know, and then I don't have to think about it no more. I actually vacuumed my room today because I could have, you know, there's so much thread on my floor. I hate having carpet and sewing in my room because it definitely has thread everywhere. And it's hard to see the white thread, but I've been dragging it through the house. So every Sunday we do the full house vacuum, you know. And yeah, I did my room. I've been telling the kids just to stay out of here because I have to clean up the thread before it gets stuck in our Kirby and ran through the thing. So I actually cleaned up most of the thread and then pushed everything out of the way so that I can vacuum my room finally. And now it's like I got thread everywhere again. I've been trying to pick it out. Hi, Terry. Yes, I like it. And they're all 3 the same fabrics that I'm making. Again, 2 of them are 7 across by 9 down, and then the last one is 7 across by 8 down. I had enough pieces to make 3 quilts. Now just to choose what to do with them. See, isn't this one adorable? I fussy cut these guys out. I tried to do it with some, but it'll be 3 cute quilts when I'm finished. And I'm probably going to put the same border on every single one of them. I'm thinking of polka dot of some sort. I don't know. We'll see. Something that could also be I Spied. You know? Maybe stripes. So yeah. How's everybody's Sunday been? Was it relaxing and enjoyable? We had the girls, and then they went home at about 5 something. I was outside playing a lot today because the weather was cooler with the whole storm thing, and we went outside and I kind of tracked the process of the sandstorm blowing through. So if you guys want to see pictures of that, it's on my Instagram. Pictures of the sand coming in, and then I didn't get pictures of it leaving town though. It's already done with. It blew in so fast and blew out, I don't know, within an hour and a half. It was done. Yeah, it's really pretty. I saw those. So how far have you gotten on those, Sandy? I know I have to do scallop edges for applique on a border for my customer's quilt. Now that's going to be fun. Whew, I'm not looking forward to it. Because those scallop edges is going to be hooking that border to the background fabric, because I don't want to put a ton of fabric in that area, because one of the fabrics that she chose is kind of thick. So yeah, I got to make sure that I can get that right and it sits on the background without no folding and wrinkling and puffing and whatever else happens when you do scallops. Pillowcases. What are you making pillowcases for, Sinead? Halloween pillowcases, Teresa, right now. Pillowcases for children. How funny. Got water in your head and pretty much is the opportunity going to do it. Yeah, in here I can't with my threads. I throw them on the floor, but I've been trying to keep them. I got 2 bags next to me. One is for fabric scraps, and the other one is for thread and everything else. So yeah. Oh, this one's all cats and hats. Super adorable. But yeah, I've been taking the thread and trying to make it in a little can, but at least it's in the general area. Let's see. I can't read as fast as you guys are typing. Pillowcases, alright. Beautiful. Those funny faces on. Oh, so you're making pillowcases just for fun. You know, that's one thing I make stuffed pillows, but I've made pillowcases, but I haven't made any for our house. I don't know. My fabric is more like quilting only. I kind of want to make some, what is it called? What are those darn pillows called with the, they're fancy and you put it on a regular pillow, but it has a separated border. Oh my goodness. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's a decorative, you don't really sleep on the pillow. It's a pillow sham. I want to make pillow shams to go with my diamond quilt. Church, came home. That's me. I've been pretty much sewing all day. Tote bags. See, I haven't made tote bags either. You guys are ahead of me on all these making things. No, Tracy, you're not the only one. You're just the only one in the chat room right now. But you're learning, so that's all that matters, right? Seemed like everybody wanted to talk all at the same time. Huh? The dogs wanted to bark. Just wanted to stay and then come home, move stuff in the living room. But dang, Teresa, is that all you made? 5 pillowcases for the quilting marine as well? So you're making all those and ones for your family and friends? Little snap purses. Well, Sinead, you have something in common with Teresa because she's making little wallets too with custom embroidery on them right now. Sew as much as I'd like to. I sew all the time. I think this is all I ever do is sew. besides hanging out with the kids and swimming in the pool. But when it comes to, I don't have any other hobbies. I don't go anywhere or do anything. I just stay home and sew and hang out with you guys, which isn't bad, so it's a good thing. I wish I did go places though. I want to do what Michelle does when she's on here. She could tell us about it. I want to go to a sew-in or have friends to have sew-ins with, where everybody gets together and just sews for a whole weekend. Everybody helps everybody and gets things done. I guess that's what you can consider this, sewing in with me. Except I haven't been on all weekend, so. Ooh, you did? Did you put her initials on it? Or did you put the Quilting Marine's wife? The only reason why I remember her name is because that's my sister's name, Yvonne. Except hers is spelled differently. Cool. Yeah, she's going to love that. Is it the same kind that you've been showing me, sharing with me? Those? Yep, I want to make pillow shams for my diamond quilt. I'll just have to find some more of that fabric so that I can make them. Oh, again, just so that you guys are aware, I'm pressing all of my seams towards my cat fabric or towards the dark. Anything is going towards the dark, and my cat fabric is considered dark. Like I said, this white is a little bit thinner than I normally use. Not thinner, more see-through. It's not thinner, it's just see-through. It's not horribly see-through, but it's enough see-through to... There's like 5 different kinds of whites that I've used that they all have a little bit of see-through to them. I haven't found the perfect one yet that's not. Yes, you're an advanced beginner. Have done projects off and on for years. Need to do lots more than you have. I'm an advanced beginner, but I've done a lot of projects because, well, you guys have seen how fast I work. So it kind of just keeps coming out over and over and over. I can't stop. It's hard. Once I get started on something, it's either I do all or nothing, and then it ends up in a box if I don't complete it. Which I brought in a bunch of stuff to complete, and I still end up making new things. Who's way advanced? Me? You should be, let's see. That's an advance. You should be getting that, I'm assuming, October 2nd or 3rd. Okay. I'll be watching the mail for that. Making American doll clothes. American doll clothes? Like Barbie doll clothes? Or like regular baby dolls, or is it a specific doll called the American doll? So I don't like to go nowhere. Yes, I'm a homebody too, Sandy. I don't know why. I used to be. My friends used to always wonder why I never came out so much. It's because I was always home in pain, and then over the years, every time I did go out, I'd suffer for it the next day, and they knew that, so they'd stop asking me more and more. Not, they'd start saying, oh, well, we went out last night. Sorry we didn't invite you. We figured you wouldn't come. So over time it was more like, well, I didn't go, and I choose not to. So I don't go anywhere anymore. I have, though. I still keep in touch with all my friends. Sinead, you can get the stuff you want to do done. You just gotta pull it out and do it. I don't think I'm way advanced. I just think I'm way fast. Even though I can figure a lot of things out. I'm not a pro. I'm easy at explaining things. That's my thing. I'm not good with the math part. and I probably never will be. It'll never work out. I can see a 1/4 inch seam though, and know what it is, but yeah, I'm just advanced beginner. Until I paper piece again, which I've already done it, and I absolutely hated it. It was super hard. I mean, I still did it, but until I do that again in some big fancy project, then I will consider myself advanced without the beginner part. Oh, that sucks. So I'm looking for something from Amazon, Teresa. I'm like losing the comments are going fast again. Sometimes make me a pain again, trouble walking. Yeah, that sucks. I have trouble walking too, so I know how it feels. I just don't have, I didn't have a knee replacement, so I don't know how that feels. Well, try. Just keep trying. Everything will come together. We all begin them. We all march to the end and work on them until the end. Yep, we are all beginners either way. We begin something and end something. Turn down shopping with your sister and now the other day because you can't handle all day shopping, and then like the next day you're in bed. Yeah, that's me. I can't do anything. I went with Mom, you know, to Joann's and stuff, and so we screwed around a lot, you know, messed around and was having fun and being silly, and then we stopped at thrift store and all the other stuff that I didn't get to record, Walmart and such. And the next day, I was supposed to go that same day to get smokes, go across the lake, and I didn't go that same day, and didn't go the next day. I went the day after because I just was so exhausted I couldn't do it. So my husband calls it my day on, my day off. I have a day on and I do things, and I have a day off. Sometimes I have 1 day on, 2 days off. Sometimes I have 2 days on, 5 days off, you know. So this is my thing. It's just how it works. That's me. I know what I need, and that's it. I just go get it and come home. And I don't even do the grocery shopping. So that means you know what I need. It's fabric. I go to the fabric place, I get the fabric I need, and I come home. Then I chop it all up and sew it all up. I always like try my best to get out and do things, but it just don't happen. My husband and I do go out and eat sometimes, but not as often as we'd like to. We've both been having health problems, so unfortunately he can't do all the things he wants to either. Yep, mine does all the shopping. Him and the kids. So I'm just finger pressing all these towards the kitty cat fabric. I was hoping I'd have more done. That's what I get for talking and going, but there's 63 blocks per quilt. And then I have to make the top and bottom sashing. Or I mean top and side. Because one top and one side won't be sashed, but everything else will be. Oh, I know. One thing I did have to do today, I ran out of bobbins. So I did have to roll a case of bobbins. So I spent, I don't know, 15 minutes doing that. To make sure that I was full of bobbin. I had to put a full one in just to make this video. Because I knew I was going to be out soon and I didn't want to have to do a bobbin change while on video. Well, that's fine. Like we didn't even notice you were gone. my son likes to actually wind my bobbins for me, but he wasn't here. He went for a walk because it's nice outside, so he went for a long walk. But it doesn't bother me. And there's my hair and everything still. My hair is still falling out whether I cut it or not. And then get this, the one symptom on my new MS medication is hair loss. Like, seriously. I haven't had any of the symptoms, but that's one of the symptoms is hair loss. I was like, are you serious? So now I have to document more of my hair loss so that the doctor can make sure that I'm not losing too much hair. Because what my medicine is it's like cancer medication. That's all it is. It's a really strong, powerful medication to suppress my immune system from attacking itself. A whole bunch of buttons, and then that way I've got them already done. Yep, that's me. I roll a ton of them, and then they're already ready to go, and they last quite a while. Unless I'm on the quilting machine, I go through a bobbin pretty much every row and a half. So when I have this on the frame and I'm quilting, every time I go one across and then half, then after a roll and then half, then I need another bobbin already. They go quick on that. Way faster than piecing something. Piecing something lasts forever. Just like my roll of thread lasts longer when I'm piecing. Yep, my the lady that I babysit for, she does that. She does Walmart's. I guess you can order what you want online, choose everything, and they shop for you, and you just go and pick it up. Seems simple enough, but when you got kids screaming and crying in the car, you don't want to bring them in the store, makes it easier, I guess. Super fast, that's for sure. I don't even know if they make pre-wound bobbins for my machine because I have a special bobbin. It's like an M or an L or something. Of course, I've never looked. But then I would go through them super fast, so I guess it wouldn't matter. See, I don't have a embroidery machine, so I don't have to worry about all those buying bobbins pre-wound. I used to take methotrexate a long time ago. It's more. It helps for more than just people with rheumatoid arthritis. I probably actually still have a bottle of it. No, what they gave me is a Baggio, and I'm on another one for the face problems. But yeah, the Baggio is like a cancer med. Obviously, I don't have cancer, but that's the... I don't know why they give us those kind of meds. I guess because it's the only way to suppress an immune system. Oh yeah. I had them earlier. They were here 9 to 5. Speaking of bobbins, what, Teresa? Gotta wind one now. You're gonna jinx me to have to fill one because I've been sewing for a while since I put it in. Do any of you own one of those bobbin winding contraptions? I saw them at Joann's when I was there. They're quite pricey for a little bobbin winding contraption. And I'm wondering if they wind bobbins of all sizes, because my bobbin is different than the bobbins for my my brother machine. Boy, in the middle of a letter, does your embroidery machine go back to it? Go back to where it was at once you put a new bobbin in? Because I would really hate that happening. I don't mind it when quilting though, because when I'm quilting, if I run out of bobbin in the middle of like an arch for a feather or something, I can just go right back to that end. No biggie. But a letter, especially if you're embroidery. So yeah, you guys do have those little bobbin winder things. Yeah, my brother one had to be adjusted so that it stops, or else it was overflowing and then rolling over, and I'm not paying attention because I'm trying to do something else at the same time. This one winds bobbins very nicely. That's how one of my older machines was, one of my old Kenmore machines. It never filled a bobbin all the way. I always thought the gauge or something was messed up. The gauge that tells it if it's full or not, I thought that was messed up. That's fine. Iron away, because that's my next step once I get all these done. Just pressing them all nice and flat before I start making the rows, because I gotta lay it out. I gotta lay it out into a nice and pleasing, non-repetitive manner, because a couple of these pieces are repeats. So I gotta lay it out and make sure they're spread out equally. Some of them are just the only one from that fabric because there wasn't much of it. There's like 37, I think, different fabrics in this. All cat fabrics. I can't believe how many cat fabrics there are. I think she's working on the Sunbonnet Sue and Boy blocks. I forgot what they're called. Get it out of storage then. Use that as your bobbin winding machine. my birthday is coming up in November 4th to be exact. Yep. I was born on a Tuesday, which is election day. November 4th. And I want to do something sewing special. So special. Get it? I want to do something so special for my birthday. So I would like some ideas of what I can do that's so special for my birthday. Besides my husband taking me out and doing birthday stuff, you know. But I want to do something so special. So what do you guys think? Who are you humming? Sonata. Oh, I know that. I kind of figured already. And then I was thinking something so special to do, like video-wise. Because I'm pretty sure by then I'll have gotten to the Bargello, because that's soon. This is just in my way. I got to get all this stuff out of my way to work on the customer's quilt. But between the Bargello and the customer's quilt, that, you know what I mean? I got to do a little bit of both at a time, since I'm going to be on a time limit with the Bargello quilt. Oh, I was saying that November 4th is my birthday. This year I don't know what day it falls on. And I was thinking to do something so, S-E-W, special for my birthday. So, a special tutorial for my birthday. So, I was hoping somebody had a so special idea that we can do for my birthday. Which is November 4th. Done now. It turned out pretty good. Can't wait to put it on the quilt. Are you going to post a video, Sandy? Purple. I burnt my arm by accident. Okay, it came to a blister. I burn myself with the iron constantly, because Mr. Squeaky gets very hot. Plus my awkward position that I always, when I'm doing my tutorials, I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but I burn myself a lot, but I just don't say anything. So I have little burn marks that are always here, between here and the backside right here on both my arms. I don't know how I do it. Maybe it's just because I lean down right at the same time or something. I don't know. But because I'm reaching through always right here to press with the iron when I'm using it, you know, I end up burning all the time. Very bad habit to burn myself. UK wallets. Kentucky and sold both of them at church. Oh, that's cool. I have no idea where you guys are at. Terry, you said, what's your favorite on... Was that to my question of what we should do for my birthday? This pile is getting less and less. What special should be one of your favorite things? Well, my favorite thing to do is sew, so that's why it's going to be so special. I was thinking something fun, but I need ideas. Because I, myself, have the plans for normal tutorials, but my birthday, I want to do something different. Something that's so special. I also want to do something different for New Year's this year. There is something planned for January, but I can't tell you just yet. Unfortunately, it has to be kept a secret. I want to make, I know what I really want to make, and that's the, oh my god, what is it called? See, and I really wanted to make it, and I can't even think of the name right now. It's a Missouri Star one. Oh my goodness, that would happen. It's right here. Darn it all. Oh, that's my other book. Oh. Quatrefoil. That's the one I want to make. I don't know why I want to make it, but I really want to make it. It is very awesome. That's the one I want to make. How to make, how about showing us a fabric cake, how to make one of them. That would be interesting. A fabric cake as in a cake made of fabric, because I don't know how to do that. I watched it on Missouri Star, but I don't know how to make that. I'm not that creative. But I could probably make a cake on it. It would be all applique. I don't know if I want to make myself a birthday cake. I kind of just want to make a quilt. See how to put them together. One or two. Where are you at? Where are we at? Where are we at? Show me what you're talking about. All right, you want me to the book, you mean? I don't know if I can find a bigger picture. I think it's in the back. That one's the quatrefoil. I don't know why I like it, but I just, it's like, because it's a traditional block, I really, really, really want to make it. I even put little notes in the book of the ones that I really, really, really want to make. And that's nice. I'll make quilts and show them off. And let me see how I put them together. Maybe we can do one or two. Yep, that's what I do. 10-inch squares. And that's got bound to her. Oops, what the hell just happened? I lost my screen, guys. Okay, where did it go? Where did it go? And so, let me see in the check. It will show this building physical print. Okay, that's what we want to make. Pretty, very pretty, pretty. Which book is that? I've got about the 9th. It is Summer Volume 2, Issue 3. So it's the one that has an American flag on the front of it. Yep. That's what I want to make. I have like a whole entire stack of books out there with little post-it notes in all of them. Make this, make this, make this. But I've only done a few of them when it comes to following books. Everything else is always from my head. But I brought the books in figuring that I could choose something, change it up somehow, and make it. Because I like to change things up. That's my thing. Changing stuff up. I also have a couple cozy quilt patterns that I want to do also. Obviously, I won't be able to give out the numbers, but I can give out how to put it together. Woo, my pile is low, but this pile is getting really tall. There are two breakdowns to try to do. Let's see. Try to break down, try to do, use the little 2-inch roll things. I forget what they're called. Jelly rolls? Are you talking about, Sandy? I make a lot of stuff out of jelly roll. Which one what? What are we talking about, Teresa? You got me lost already. Do we have a timer, anybody? I don't know, I have, I just got, Trade Winds and 2 other ones that I just bought. Trying to think. They're out there. Oh, Harvest. I've been wanting to do that one. That one seems super easy, and it's done with 2.5-inch strips, so I might be able to show how that one's put together. I know that Jordan Fabrics has, but I break things down even more, so I guess that would be a reason why I would do a video of something that's already been done, because I'm able to break things down further. But yeah, I had been wanting it for a long time, and I got it. All my patterns for my cozy quilt patterns are outside in my thing, and with the weather right now the way it is, I don't know if I'd be able to take my thing out there. And everyone's probably relaxing and or asleep in my house, so I don't know if I should walk through to go in the garage and grab my stuff. Have any of you done Daybreak? I did Daybreak, and I did it in a king size. And let me tell you, that was a 2-week project. I have never taken that long on a quilt. Well, I have, but not that kind. It was simple. I've never taken 2 weeks on a jelly roll quilt. But Daybreak, because it was king size, I chose to do king. I used a whole heck of a lot of fabric. I'll have to get pictures of all of my unfinished projects out there, because it's done. It's just ready to be quilted, but it got too hot last year, and it just got put in the pile, and it never got quilted before this summer hit, because I had other things that I was doing for other people. So my projects got set aside. Water music quilt block again, I'm trying to make it. Here, another one. I want to do a guitar quilt. or with jelly rolls. You take jelly rolls and then you cut half the guitar on one side with the stripes and then put the white or whatever background color with it on front of that. You apply it on, and then you take the other half of what you cut of the guitar and you put on the other side. I want to do that. I don't need a pattern. I just need some strips that have music notes or something on them, you know, that really look cool. Or little guitars or something. Yeah, Teresa, did you make French seams on your pillowcases? Don't ask me what a French seam is, because I... Oh, no, it is. I know what it is. It's when it's enclosed like this and then sewn over. Aha, that's a French seam. I just remembered it because I think I saw it in a video. No, it just causes the tips of my fingers are already numb, so all it does is cause redness that I don't feel because they're already numb from my MS. Like, I would show you guys, but you probably would get grossed out. I could stick needles through my fingers. I know I feel what I'm feeling, but they're numb, if that makes any sense. Like, I know what I'm doing because I can feel that I'm doing it. The sound is my only thing. It's constantly hearing my fingernail rub against it, on this at least. When I do it on a different surface, it's not that loud. It doesn't bother me. You guys don't have to finger press though, you can use an iron. I'm just doing it this way so that I don't have to reach through and play with the iron and get all hot and sweaty more than I already am. These lights literally make me sweat to death, guys. Like, I think that's why special photography people and camera crews have special, like, cone, oops, I shouldn't have touched that, cone things that are over the lights so that it takes the heat and puts them back. I don't know what it does, but it's definitely hot under the lights so that you guys can even see me. You want this, cannot use the name or call it a new. I saw the video you posted, but the screen goes too fast, and when I press pause, the other thing on my screen, because my is a cell phone screen, it's so small, it's really hard to read. That's why I have a hard time reading your guys' comments, because it's super small. Now, if I was on my tablet, I wasn't on my tablet last night, though it was dead. If I was on my tablet, I can probably read it faster. Did you save all those, Sandy, as a picture? Or is it off of a website link, like a Google thing that you can just link to me? Because then I can just look it up that way and see exactly what it says, so that way I don't have to, I mean, I've already watched the video, so I don't have to keep pausing, read the whole screen, pause, read the whole, you know what I mean? Was it on a Google or something? Did you Google it? Switching to the video, I saw that, okay. Changing okay. I think I'm caught up. Use the same instructions, you just cannot use the name, just call it a different name, and give it different measurements. I was wondering how some people get away with old blocks and remaking old blocks. I know music has bad things. That's why now in every video, because I was contacted, in every video I have to put that the music, because I do say it in a lot of my videos, I just don't, my music's not loud enough for you guys to hear, but I have to say that it's, I do not own the rights to this music that is playing in the background. My daughter's messaging me. She went to a friend's house. Two of her friends. A few of her friends were in a car accident last night. They're all okay. So, just bruised up a little and sore. I don't know all the details. I just know because I know the parent. I know the parent of one of the kids. I might just have plenty, and then I could start doing the rest of this. I didn't even count this. I just started sewing. Yep, they're okay. I get worried because my daughter drives, you know, on her own, and she takes her friends everywhere. And with the people and the way they drive around here, it doesn't make it hard because teens drive like crap too, but it does make it hard when the adults keep driving like crap, not sharing the road for those new teens that are learning how to drive, you know? And that's why they get into accidents. And it was literally so close that I heard the accident last night. I heard it, and I heard all the sirens go to it. I just didn't know who it was, obviously. I just heard the whole thing because it was just two streets over. It was on the other side of the wash, which is at the end of my street. Ends at a cul-de-sac, which has a wash behind it. On the other side of it is one street and then the road, the main road where the accident happened. So I heard the crash. I just figured it was the same kind of stuff I always hear. I can hear crashes within, you know, a certain, because at nighttime it's really loud if someone crashes around here. You can also hear motorcycles. You can hear boats on the lake. On a quiet day, you can hear the boats revving up and racing on the lake. That's how loud you can hear them from where I live. That's how close the lake is. Almost done. I got more messages coming through. It's just stuff for MS. Nope, looks like I'm gonna be one piece short. 1, 2, 3. One more piece. Then I gotta make the sashing part for the top and bottom, but other than that, this part is almost done. I'm gonna grab a piece, sew it through real quick. So I'm just lining these ones up, right sides together, snipping it apart, using it as the next one. What's my time on deck, everyone? How long? Copyright an idea, a saying, or a pattern, or instructions. It's really what it boils down to, but the name that you name it sticks with what you may. Screenshots, so I'll have to look it up then, so I can read it all. last little piece here. Alright. I hate when this happens. The shredding fabric pokes through. And it's not pulling because it got sewed in. Yeah, I'll have to read it and see how those rules go. I mean, like, because my customer's quilt is from a picture, but I made everything up from the picture. I made up the measurements, I made everything, so I can't get in trouble for that. I just know the general name of the block that's in the center. It was called a Christmas star or something like that. So I guess we could just name our quilts whatever we want then, huh? And just do them. Alright guys. Now I need to press all of these so that they lay nice and flat. But I'm not going to do that on camera. So obviously I still have one more stack to make. And that's for the other rows. But what we're going to do again, just like this one, is how a block fits in here is like this. So the sashing is in the bottom corner. So when you finish this whole entire quilt, so say this was your top, how your block is in here, the only sides you will have to do is the sashing on the one side and the top. So just the one side, which would be the left side, and the top is all you would have to make, which would be your leftover pieces from your sashing and your little blocks. We'll finish this whole thing up. And then you could, or you don't have to, but you can add another border, because I'm going to add one border to give it just a little bit more oomph, because it'll sit on a twin bed nicely. That's how big it is already. So with its one more border, it should be pretty good in size. So I'll be able to show you guys all of them in the next couple days. And then these are going to be my in-between quilting projects, because I have an idea that I'm going to do with them all once I finish them all. I'm not going to quilt them fancy or anything. I'm just going to basic quilt them, since my machine is not on the frame. And I'll basic quilt them all. And yeah, I'll go from there. So that is exactly what I'm doing. I'm probably, before I even press all this, is going to throw together the other pieces. Let me see what I have going on here. Alright, so yeah. Again, some of these are so adorable. Like, look at the eyes. This one has the weirdest cat eyes of all the prints. I have to hold it up close. Look at those eyes. Those are super crazy. Some of these are kind of, the fan's blowing them. Some are kind of plain. I did show you this one. This one, they all have big fat cheeks. It's kind of funny. This one, all the cats are eating a bird or a mouse or drinking milk. This one's all squiggly, got their squigglies. This one, there's cats in windows, and then there's pies baked in this one. The cat's looking out the window looking at the pies. My daughter likes this one, that the cat's playing instruments. I tried to cut out a cat playing different instruments on all the pieces. Again, here's Mr. Big Cat. He took that whole center out. But yeah, that's all you have to do is you can fussy cut the prints out. Like this guy, the moon, and I put all the pieces along the side. Obviously the position had to grab some other areas, you know. But they're all super cute. Here's all cats and glasses. And these ones are cats and buckets and stripes and pretty much red, white, and blue cats on green. Some were just simple kitty cats on stripes. But yeah, some are like long neck cats, some are short neck cats, some are squishy face cats. My favorite is the cats and hats. These are all the country hat ones. So yeah, I just got to put this one together and be done with the 3 of these so that I can get to my customer quilt and everything else. So, alright guys, well, I'm going to get off of here so I can get all this done. I had to recap on this because the baby the other day, so. But yeah, and then show you how quilt 1 came out. So 3 of them, again, they're started with a 6.5 inch square, then a sashing 6.5 by 2 inches, 2 inches wide by 6.5 inches long. Tons of them. Just cut those out like crazy. Then the black cornerstones, which are 2 inch by 2 inch. So each piece gets 1 cornerstone and 2 sashing pieces. And then your last sashing on the right, and well, when it's facing you, it would be the left and top of the quilt top would need the thing. And that's it. And you sew them together. When you make your rows, you sew them together one after the next, this way, like this. And then your top row, you'd press all your seams to the right, bottom row to the left, next row, or the, second row, third row to the right, the left, with the same number pattern like I use, where you lay it all out and you just do row 1 and then you pick them all up the way that they were laid down. So, alright everyone. Yeah, 2 hours is a while, so yeah. I hope everybody enjoyed today's video. For anybody that's new, like and subscribe. Hit the little dingy button below so that you can know when I'm coming on, even though that doesn't seem to work for me and everybody else, but hey, you never know. Alright, so enjoy your rest of your Sunday nights, everyone, and get some sleep for those of you who it's too late. I still got a little while here. It's 8:35, so I got a while to go. So I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Thank you for joining. Good night.